Brave sound. This is brave sound. Brave sound. Brave sound. Drop it. Call me on your bound. I want brave sound.
Hi all, we're back.
Hey, sorry, I'm still writing some stuff.
It's cool, Ildi, don't worry. But we're here. We're here for the Brave Sound. Producer Spotlight. This
Ben?
is Ildi.
Ben, this is Ben.
I completely hashed up the intro, but whatever.
No, that's fine. I mean, that is absolutely fine because, we have, something to make it right.
Here we
which
go.
is a song from Ben's,
Ildi in with the segues.
which is like, it's already, I already feel that it talks to me. Miss Right, and I have another song called Miss Right, which is one of my favorites.
And this is one of my favorites.
From yet another amazing boy band. So like we are just like swimming in the ocean of amazing songs from boy bands. But Teen Top.
We're revisiting Teen Top because you can't not revisit Teen Top when you're looking at Brave Sound. These boys, I think Brave Sound was like, oh look, the perfect band for me. It just gave them amazing song after amazing song after amazing song.
That must be a good feeling though if you think about it. Like if you really find the suitable people for the vision that you have as a musician, as a producer. I think that is great if these collaborations last. Obviously, like he produced songs for so many people. But like you get what I mean. It's just a great, like if the chemistry is right, the vision is similar.
It's like a 5-year plus span of him producing songs for Teen Top, which is pretty awesome.
Wow, I mean that is long, especially in K-pop years.
Yeah,
I mean, and Teen Top is still going because
thankfully, because I'm seeing them live.
Yes. This is a celebration, definitely. Okay, let's see. Miss Right music video. I hope it's gonna be nice and not some sort of like killing and kidnapping.
No, it's not. It's not like that. It's nice.
Thank God. I mean, what is this?
It is, but it's nice. Don't worry. They're just in funky jail.
Funky jail? Aww.
They're in a natural drum sound jail. Because that's the most like jumping out thing about this song immediately, as you'll see.
Okay.
And the colour's back.
Thank God. Okay, good. I mean, we watch c.a.p, so I'm like cautious. It's very playful. I can see why you like this because you like playful stuff.
It's poppy, it's catchy, it's great. You alright there?
Aww, he's my favorite.
Neil.
The guy with the big eyes.
Yeah, Neil. I'm a chungy boy. That looks a lot less manly in this video. Oh yes.
To be fair, I wish this would work in real life, that I could just charm people like this.
If you got footwear like this, you can charm anybody.
I mean, not Teen Top, I'm saying because of my hair. I mean, they obviously can.
Oh yes.
It's a very playful beat, yeah.
Yeah.
Ha! Cool guy. Oh, she's wearing a makeup. That's nice to say.
I just love how out there the fucking snare drum is in this song. It's popping off. John Cena.
Always just one girl for all of them.
Oh yeah, you can have upwards of 10 guys chasing after the same girl with K-pop music video.
Yeah, classic. And the warehouse, I almost forgot.
Oh yeah? It's like we're watching Crossbeat again.
Yeah.
It's giving you like Mr. Simple flashbacks.
Oh,
Chunji is unaware.
nice vocals. And the eyeliner days.
Oh yes. Teen Top always had crazy makeup.
Not everybody can rock these crazy makeup, so that's a skill. You know, they're very shy with the girl in comparison to the dancing and everything.
Oh, not anymore now, she's in their cell. Having a crazy pillow fight.
Hey!
That Teen Top goodness.
Ah, that is interesting. Okay. This time, interestingly, because usually I'm just like, concept. But now I have kind of a clear thought about, like, you know, why Brave Sound works very well with bands, I think. Because, like, again, he produces a beat, he produces, you know, a song that is almost, you know, lets them to, you know, to shine and creates and leaves enough space for each band to do their own thing. So it's almost like, you know, with Sistar, you know, there would be a place and space left for vocals. Same thing with like the Zaya song that we watched. Like, again, it's a clear, good, you know, song that would be a very good backing track, but then they can just do stuff over it and then they make it their own. And same thing happens with this. This was a very jokey, almost comedic song, and the way they were rapping is always kind of like, you know, punchy and everything. And you know, it was a fine example of that like, you know, it kind of sounds like, you know, Brave Sound for somebody who's very knowledgeable about it, but other than that, it's gonna be like a Teen Top song.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, the vocals and the rapping, it's, you know, mixed in a way that doesn't become generic almost, because, like, it's very Teen Top-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, like, it just leaves them space to kind of express themselves, and, you know, and there's, like, space for character development almost within the band. So that's what I think about this song.
This song is awesome. I love it very, very much.
Top line, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I could say that for literally every single thing that we watched today, but, you know.
One-liner pitch from Ben. This song is awesome.
This is where my obsession with songs with really strong intros comes in, because as soon as it pops in with that, I'm like, yes, I'm here. Let's watch it. Let's check this out. Yeah. Let's watch that crazy, like, down to the floor and then thrust your way back up move. Yeah. Like, it's great.
I do think
that supernatural drum sound. I want more songs to have that instead of drum machines. It's great.
I think it's interesting because, like, I can see the dots being connected with you about, like, you know, what you like about Brave Sound and what you like other than outside of K-pop. You know, like, you like 80s stuff, for example.
Yeah.
But all these, like, things were first discovered and now obviously got developed and sounds completely different. But, like, you know, that was one of the era when they started to experiment with these artificial drum sounds, for example.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really, really, you know, cool to see that journey for you, almost like what you like in, you know, with K-pop and everything.
I fairly defined tastes.
But that's good.
That's fair to say.
No, that is actually you know, a good thing, because at least, you know, with the insane amount of content and music that comes out, at least it's easier to make a choice, really.
Yeah.
It's just easier to make a call.
Which at the moment is ignore everything, because very little that I like is coming out anymore. But we can hope that there'll be more Brave Sound stuff, because this is great.
And I do think, like, it's interesting because there are more and more upcoming producers that are just, like, you know, coming in and they would produce songs for you know, all sorts of bands and everything. And I think I am hopeful, and, you know, one of the reasons because I'm hopeful, because there is an upside to this insane amount of, you know, bands and K-pop idols coming out all the time, that they need to differentiate themselves somehow. So there is a chance that, like, you would hear those, you know, sounds coming back, and you would hear somebody with, like, a more like an 80s concept or anything like that. Like
that's why I love Snooper so much, you know.
Snooper did, because they need, or, like, I really love this song called Love It Repeat, the YDPP.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, I don't Love it like
Love
it.
it.
It's like,
oh yeah.
it just sounded so unique when it came out compared to
Love
all
it,
the
live
other
it, yeah,
stuff.
that was
It was
awesome.
a really, really catchy, good song.
80s, 90s, awesome.
Yeah, and like, and it's not like it cannot happen. But we just have to hope that people don't necessarily go for safe options. That are like...
That's been my problem for a while. But
I do think
there'll be
that's
some more craziness come out soon.
I'm going to make a prediction, because I do think that's going to change soon. And one of the things that I already keep saying, and like I started to, think about it and like, write some, notes and read a lot. Also based on audience data and just like reception of certain shows. As we see, there are so many survivals that it's just like crazy. And it's, even Mnet, who's just finished the latest Produce 101 yesterday, already going to come out with 2 other survival shows. And they are both for boys. Long story short, there are these like shows being produced all the time with bands that will need songs, whatever. But even within like the last 2 years span, I think the market got really overcrowded with songs that sounds very similar.
Yeah.
So Zozo and myself, last time I visited, she usually watches these kind of, what came out this week, or like this bi-weekly like short things. And she kind of pointed out something that, all these, for the boys, the songs sound very, very similar.
Yeah.
And I do think that the market started to notice that. Because when you have to merge with people from different ages with different styles to these, survival programs, you kind of almost, unless you make a strong call, you will come up with a music that is generic. Because it has to fit everybody in that group who've been put together usually by popularity contest. AKA, they are not selected in a way that they would fit a strong concept. So, as a result, sometimes these songs come out very generic.
I think that's what was so different about the unit, though, right?
Yeah.
Because those groups came out sounding nothing like everything else that was out at the time, and that's what I enjoy so much. Like UNB, if you listen to like Black Heart, what the hell else sounds like that?
Great.
That was awesome.
I really, really love that card.
And even Unity, their stuff didn't really sound that generic.
Yeah.
And like they had a Brave Sound song. I mean, that's probably why I liked it, but they had a Brave Sound song. But don't forget that the unit was 2 years ago already. Yeah.
And I do think that this is when the cycle is starting to end now. Because NBC, I know this is just like something that, I was thinking strategically from like an industry point of view. NBC put out with big hopes a talent show for boys called Under 19, and they really pulled in like big names to be trainers, like Crush and like Super Junior, and like even in the rounds people came to visit like Kai from EXO and J-Hope from BTS. Like it was like
all-star
putting
cast.
in like all-star cast really. The boys from that show, all very sweet and talented, whatever, they failed to produce a hit so far, and I think their contract is on like 2 years or something. So it's kind of like the interesting thing in that case as well, that like it was just, it's not that they were worse than anybody else, but like another.
People don't have room for that many different survival shows.
Yeah, and also not just they don't have a lot of space for survival shows, but they don't have the capacity for the songs that come with it. Then just generally, will sound in a certain way, or that like fits the certain, and then if you just compare it with like rookie groups that come out now, that are making, the splash in the news, whether we like them or not, they all have their very, clear specific sound that they almost selected the members for, or like, like they created in a way that like, everybody in like a tease is going to be like, yeah, whatever, for that, I don't know, year and a half running concept that they introduced them. It same goes for like, a lot of girl groups as well, Luna is a fine example of that.
Yeah.
So I am hopeful this is the, I know this is a long conversation, but I hope you guys
But this is what
enjoy
we do
these.
here.
Yeah, this is what we do here. Even if it's you're watching Miss Right, we are thinking in a holistic way.
Yeah.
So let us know what you thought about that, by the way. What do you predict? Yeah, let's watch yet another song.
We're still on the Brave Sound journey.
Yay!
We're going into what I've called post-peak, because he's still really good. He's just not getting as many jobs, I guess. Because I don't know. I guess he was more focused on his own company since like 2015. So we'll be watching stuff from like 2015 onwards now. It's only a few more songs to go.
Absolutely.
Stick with us. They're all good.
Yeah. And also, as always, thank you very much for watching and give us feedback. See you soon.